What is up, legends? We are back, and this video is actually special because I'm probably going to release it on Sunday. You guys know normally I only do hype watch on Sunday, but we gotta talk about this. Um, so this is a very important time in the game right now because this is where a lot of people are going to get stuck. And that is at the last of the main quest right here, which I got smacked. I'm gonna admit. I did pretty good to go through all of the current content in the game until the very end right here. And there's gonna be a particular fight at 10-4, which is the last fight in the main story for the current content. We haven't seen any other content beyond this point, but I went completely free to play with no help all the way to the end. So if I could do it, you can do it. That's the whole purpose of this video. Like there was no money spent. I didn't have any of the pre-reg help. I used all of the stuff that the game itself gave me. There's no outside interference or help to actually do this. So hopefully you guys will be able to follow along with that. Because trust me, you're going to be able to play relatively soon. With that being said, what ends up happening at this point is this is the point where you need to. Leanne, you done talking? Where you need to figure out where you want to branch out and make sure that you are actually paying attention to everything. So you see we have Leanne right here at complete 5. We have Tiamat at complete 5. You have Chorus at complete 5. Kraken and Dorothy. And everybody else is at 4. And the reason for that is because you don't have a lot of resources for that, because now you need to start worrying about all of your carry characters going to 6-star. So that just leaves Gray as my 6th character and Dinah as my 7th character. They're gonna stay at this point. I did actually build up their modules somewhat. A little bit more. I didn't want to break all of my silver right now, so I'm just gonna build up a little more silver and then, you know, finish out maxing this for right now. Best of my ability, get this piece out of here. But you see what it rolled, so that's not that bad at the start for her right now. So we'll just leave it with that, and then, you know, of course, get the character a better shell and all that, and a better shell obviously on that. I believe that's what I am farming right now. So that's kind of like one of the more important things to know off the bat. You can really, as a free-to-play to casual, only build 5 to 7 characters at this point in the game. See, I'm at level 34 right now. If you try to build other stuff beyond this, like, you're not gonna have enough resources. Like, you see my silver is not great right now. That's like 3 or 4 module upgrades, and that's just gone at this point. So that's not gonna work out. So just pay close attention to that, and, you know, try to balance yourself out. This is like when you should branch out and stuff like that. If you get a cool new character, of course, you probably should take gear off of another character and then put it on that character. You probably can't afford to limit break out a whole bunch of stuff and just do prowess stuff all over again. Keep your focus. You'll be fine going up to this. As long as you keep the tank DPS and healer set up, and then somebody to set the table, which is my Kraken. He sets the table because he freezes anything and allows my Tiamat to cycle through all her skills until she gets the Dragon Queen, and then she's kind of like unstoppable at that point. Then I have Leanne, who basically is doing her damage, and then Dorothy is just holding everything together at that point. But Dorothy and Tiamat is a combined sustain, basically, that will keep my team alive, which is just pretty good. Now, the last fight that I'm on right now, which is basically Hell Kid, you guys probably seen all of that. He's the last fight before the last fight. I guess you can figure that out on your own. I'm trying to keep the bosses out of this series. We'll talk about the bosses like in a completely different setup. But with him, you're gonna need a little bit more sustain, and that's where you getting 6 stars start to come in, because right now the fight takes too long for me, and he eventually wears me down because he's a tank DPS, and you have to beat through all of that shield that he has and everything else like that. I'm just not strong enough for that right now, even with the gear and everything else. And then there's not enough time. This is only the 5th day right now. To be all the way at this point is kind of like super fast. It's just because I'm like, I know, and I'm trying to like make it so that you guys can actually do it free to play too. Obviously, if you're a casual or a spender, you're gonna have a way easier time with all of this. So this really isn't for you, but it's telling you the baseline of the game and getting you in order. So literally the next thing right here is once you get to the point of being beaten Fabian. Fabian is your first time of getting a gold shell. As you can see, I'm getting gold shells and I'm building them and trying to figure out like with the rolls and everything else like this. You also get the purple shells, which are pretty good right here, which you get on White Gale, which is kind of like amazing. And then you get Mermaid Princess, which, before the owner takes action, if the owner has 2 debuffs, purifies it. So you can actually, like, if you're like, especially if you're in PvP and you have somebody who you just want to make sure that they always get their turn, this is really nice for that Mermaid Princess, because she's pretty much going to allow, especially if it's a speed unit and you get outspeeded and they shut down your speed unit, you can basically have Mermaid Princess on the speed unit and get your turn. So that's actually pretty good as well. So we're gonna send them back out. That's what I'm using my my stamina on today. I'm also getting silver from that, and then on top of that, you get the actual currency you can use to actually limit break stuff. So I'm just building up my shells. Obviously, the gold shells are better than the purple shells, except for like in situations like I just showed you with Mermaid and White Gale. You can use them as alternate means for other things as well. And this would start to lead you into the point of I think Kraken has black flag on. Start getting into the point where you can go to a higher level, because you see my black flag right now is at 30 or 30. I need more pieces of him to actually go further. We got one. Is it one that I can use? Nope, I'm not going to use that. So I just need 2 more right now to push this, and then I can ascend his cap to 40, which is more stats, which is more sustain. So Kraken can actually live through stuff and get more damage, get some more speed, because I can actually reconfigure this into speed. I think it's this one. Abandoned. Now, I don't have a lot of these, but you kind of like get the gist of it. Yeah. So the other thing I want to touch on real quick to help you guys out is this was asked a lot, and it's dupes and how important they are. Now, they give a little of help as far as what they do. Now, you see I have a dupe right now of her. You pretty much get like a free one of her. You see it's going to give 5%. So it's going to be 5% extra attack, defense, and HP on top of her. And then bam. And then the next one, which is the second one, is crit damage, which, crit damage is pretty good. And then again, the extra 5% on top of that. Then crit rate. And then the last one increases damage dealt additional 10% and decreases damage taken by additional 10%. So this is all cool, but not anything that's going to make you not be able to use this character once you get the first, once you get the character in general. So the benefit overall, you're gonna get like 10% extra stats on top of all this. So this is gonna be extra 10%, which is pretty cool. And then you're gonna get the first one is gonna be crit damage. So like if I had crit damage, this would be 166 right now, and then another on crit rate, which is 8%. So that would be 77%. Because he has 69% right now. Well, 79%, so it'll be 87%. But that's what dupes do. All the characters are kind of like that individually. Look at them. See HP again. This one, she gets healing extra 10%. Same thing, attack, HP, defense, and then she gets crit rate right here, and then the same thing right there. And then Klaus, same thing again. He gets crit damage, and you kind of get the gist of it. Now, the interesting thing about the purple units, which will make them more useful in the beginning compared to the gold units, is that you're going to be relatively able to get all the way to the bottom relatively quickly with the purple units, because you're going to get them a lot. He gets effect accuracy, which means he's going to land his debuffs more often. He's going to get his attack a lot quicker. Obviously, you're going to get effect resist, so he'll resist stuff as well and still be able to go. And then you're going to have your damage, like, you know, just goes through. And you see, even with me not you know, having the benefit of, like, you know, a whole bunch of massive summons and everything, we still fine. So that's what dupes do. Obviously you're gonna have a little bit of an edge if you're whaling, but it's not much of an edge. It's like, I guess with this combined, I would consider this like a 20 to 25% edge, if that. Having a max dupe 5-star unit is going to definitely help you, but me personally, I'm just gonna focus on having the characters, and then once I have the character, bail out. And like pretty much what I'm doing right now, which is how I'm progressing in the game. I'm not worrying about summoning going crazy, because you don't need to. Like, the stuff that I started out the game with is what took me all the way to end game. I'm at end game right now. If you didn't know, the current end game for this particular beta right now, without any outside factors right now, free to play, without spending anything, I'm at end game right now, like facing the last boss with the team that I currently have. Obviously I can do better, which we're going to talk about that in a second. So now that you've gone through all that, you need to actually start paying attention to gear. Now, I mentioned this a little bit last time, but now is where, if you have not been paying attention to your set bonuses, you're going to start to need to, because you're going to start to be into the gold gear where stuff starts to scale up. You're going to have gold shells where you're going to pretty much get 3 stats right here. So what I can now do with him is now I can actually bring Bramble into this and get extra defense on Kraken. So what I can do, matter of fact, I'll show you right now. I have the 12 already. I have too many points right now. I'm at 14. There's no reason for me to be in 14. So what I would do is probably take this one out if I get 100% already got one. And it got crit rate. I don't got no speed though. I'm gonna lose 2 speed if I do this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Effect resist is good, so I'm okay with that. And that's all flat stats except for that HP right there, but whatever. I got 10% extra defense now. So I had that one piece. So what I'll do with that is I'm fine getting rid of it. I'll get wiped anyway. It's whatever. We have all this purple right here. No real way. I guess, is this gonna be useful? It has speed on, I'm keeping that. No speed, don't need that. No speed, don't need that. All right, so we'll get rid of that. Confirm, recycle. Got an achievement for it. So now we'll just head into here. We got speed back. Good karma. We got two speed back, but it rolled crit and crit damage. I'm fine with that. And effective resist of 7%. I'm definitely fine with that. And now we have Bramble. No, that's lit. He has the extra stats on top of that. So now, you know, he's looking good. You know, it doesn't have to be Bramble. If you can roll a different stat with the speed with something else, then like if it has HP on it or something like that, or attack, then roll that. But it just happened to have Bramble. I thought that was a good roll to go along with him. And then I still have the speed because you only need 12. I'm still over by 1 point, but that's fine because, you know, we got Bramble. We good. And then obviously the higher you go, you start to get even better gear pieces where you can actually end up with the 12, the 8, and then you end up, I believe, with a 6 bonus as well. So you get 3 set bonuses at the same time where you can really come up with some ill stuff. I don't think that I'll get to that point on this particular beta. Hint, hint. And yeah. So the last thing is, okay, now that we've done all that and we know what we need to do, I know I need to start building and getting the shells built up and my gear built up so I can take better hits so I can beat the last boss of this content. You can't just go there and do that. It's just not going to work out like that. This is the point. If you got good and got to this point, you have to kind of like buckle down. And this is the 5th day, so that's fine. It's 5 days. You're already right here. This is where you start worrying about getting your 6 stars. So obviously Leanne is my carry. I don't have enough currency right now to actually do that. I would just have to sell my my gold stuff. I don't want to do that right now. However, in order, you see, I have 4 of these already. They came from stores. It came from me making it over the past 2 days, and I only need 1 more. So in Cent, I'm a little bit short right there. So the places that you would start to get that from. I need this to scroll down. There we go. Shop. All right, so obviously you can get this stuff in here, but we don't have any access to this because this is like the raw game. We can't do anything about that. When you have a guild, your guild actually is when you get a certain union, everything else with this. You see, we have 3 of the purple prints right here. We have 2 of the gold prints right here, and then we have 1 at level 10. Obviously, I don't have any options in that, but however, right here, you see I already bought that one. I have 4 of the gold right there, which we used to make the red, and then I have 5 of the purple right there. And then in the arena shop, we also have 2 of the gold right here as well. If you pay attention to AnySync, so I'm gonna show you this again. If you pay attention to AnySync, you will get them along the way right here. And you see, this is where I'm at right now. We're on 10 right now, Nightmare, and it like builds up over time. You also get the opportunity of getting like purple gear too. I think it's like every 2 or 3, something like that. Yeah, there it is. You can actually get them in AnySync, so you just have to go and beat them. There's no star system for this, so even if you have 1 character left to beat it, you beat it, you get the stuff. That's all you really need to do. You have Ember that will randomly drop it, and you can get it as well. You have Cubic Game that will give you some as well, and then you have Hyperlink Charter. Also, you have Ling Lao's event, which you have the opportunity to see. Like, I have to beat Terramathon for day 5, but there's day 4. We got purple prints right there. We have blueprints day 3, blueprint day 2, and blueprint day 1. Hyperlink Charter, another place to actually get it. Now you notice right here, I have all this done already. And I have a gold one right here as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to claim. This is prowess, so I definitely need that. All right, and we're on to the next one. And you see we have more again. All I need now is an Animus to 6-star for that, but we're really trying to get the 6-star right now. There's another purple print right there. And let's see where I'm at right now. I'm probably gonna do a cut for this because I'm probably gonna have to farm silver because I want to actually show you me getting the 6-star. Let's see, do I have enough now? I should. There we go. All right, so be right back. All right, so I went and farmed some gear real quick and then sold it to make up this. Obviously it wasn't that quick, obviously, but I didn't want to make the video much longer. So as you can see, we can now upgrade. We now have all 3 of them, the 300k, and bam, that's my first 6-star. Free to play. Let's see how far we can go here. 22? Not bad. All right, and obviously I'm gonna just use the rest of my stamina right now to farm this character out, so it'll go completely to 50, and then worry about the next character. Now here's something cool that you may or may not have known. We'll snatch that. Now that's done. Like, the game expects you to do this by the 5th day, by the way. Which again, it will be easier because you will have pre-reg rewards. You will have whatever, like, thing they want to give as far as like launch and all that type of stuff. You're gonna have all those goodies, so that's gonna be good. We have ultimate module that I have to now do farm, and then I still have to beat and terramate them, but I'm probably gonna be able to do it with her being a 6-star now. But if you head over to Hyper Charter, that's what I wanted to really show you. Now that's gone, and that's going to lead us into more currency, and then on the way to making the next one, which is probably going to be my Tiamat. Let's take all this, more father. And again, Terra's holding me back from getting more father again, so I gotta make sure I actually go in there and knock that out. Also, you head over to achievement and development. We literally get a red for the next character, so I'm already 1 in now just for getting one 6-star. So bam, we'll knock it out. We got some summons, so that's actually pretty good. So now I only need to get 4. Don't even need to get the next one. They're gonna notice that right here, when you get 2, obtain 2 or more, and an Animus, which is like lucky. It does happen though. I've done it in every account, but I just haven't done it yet. You get a red actually here as well. Gonna knock this out, and that's all I got for you guys. So hopefully this was enlightening, and I am going to actually build this character to be complete maxed and knock that all out. And you see, I'm literally farming EXP right now to do it. I'm not gonna put that in, but I'm farming EXP like right now in the dungeon. So yeah, so let's summon, and then I will get out of here because I just like to do it in front of you guys. Maybe get some YouTube luck, all that good stuff. It's a gold. See, YouTube luck. Give me the 2 right now. Make my life even easier. Game's not gonna do that though. It's definitely not gonna do that. All right, we gotta do a dupe. I already have her. Okay. Oh, nothing. Got a purple. Anybody new? No, nobody new. GG. I will catch you guys next video, which will probably be, it might be the last one, because I'll be at the end and there'll be nothing else for me to do for a new player other than, just grinding up and finishing out all of this stuff. As far as the hyperlink charter, and I think, yeah, for her too, and then we'll get more gold on that too because she's already maxed and all that type of stuff. So everything is I just have to be Terra at this point. So yeah, catch you guys in next video. I'm gonna go work on that right now, and see you guys soon. Thank you for watching the video all the way to the end. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I love everybody who stops by. You guys always make my day with your comments. It's always funny and whimsical and gives me a reason to keep going. So be legendary, and I will see you guys soon. Peace.